Come here now, child. You know, now Auntie starting her own business. I got food. This gonna get you right now, child, okay? You know, and then on top of that, we also got specialty. Hey, yo! Yo, today we're talking about the time that eBay harassed, stalked, and doxed the fuck out of this couple in order to get them to say nice things about them in their newsletter. What? And let me tell you firsthand, this gets fucking crazy. Like, they sent roaches to their home, and they did all this other fucking shit. They broke into their house, they took the car, like they put tracking devices inside all the things, they put their information on Craigslist. So we're gonna explore that and more of other little things about eBay that you may or may not know. Excuse me, real quick, hey.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jazz Monster. I'm Prometheus with a hint of Bob, and I make videos on things that interest me. So if you're weird like me, then you should fucking hit that like and subscribe button for more videos. Welcome to the first ever dumpstermentary. Before you guys ask, what the fuck's a dumpstermentary? Bitch, don't you mean iceberg? No, I mean dumpstermentary. They don't get something as deep and intricate as an iceberg. Really, bitch? Really? Get a dumpster that's on fire. So let's start in the beginning of it, the flames, okay? Just in case you don't know, the ultra big mega corporation known as
eBay.
Sell it on eBay.
Who is eBay?
I need to ask you, are you comfortable underneath that rock?
Blissfully unaware with excuses.
But just like all mega villains,
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
eBay started humbly from this dude. He just wanted to make some fast cash.
Money, 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 money.
And then I guess, you know, yada, yada, yada. You should know who eBay is.
Who is eBay?
Just fast forward, now eBay's a household name. So, not to say that eBay has a spotless, blemish-free reputation. It has had its fair share of issues. Like the time it was allowed to sell anything, including human body parts.
I thought about selling a kidney.
And at one point, you could sell your fucking V card. And yeah, I mean that. Now, that one kind of came out to various different, like, outcomes, in essence. Like, for example, one lady, she actually tried, and you could kind of just read about it all right here. It never really came to full fruition, so it's crazy to think that at one point, you were actually able to buy something like that. Something so sacred. I mean, at least in my opinion.
Nothing sacred.
And way less extreme, in-game purchases. So I could never buy 1,000 emote account on Fortnite.
What would you do for all the emotes in Fortnite?
I would do anything for all the emotes inside of Fortnite.
Then you must go to Mount Everest. And you must catch the morning Pokemon on top of Mount Everest in Pokemon Go.
No. I did it! I caught the one Pokemon on top of Mount Everest! But you already know this. And this is not the setting of today's story. No.
Okay, just get to the good part.
No, this is just explaining who eBay is. This is not the actual story. The story is actually about these guys right here. Their names are Ina and Dave Steiner. They used to own and operate for about 10 plus years their own business that would help, emphasis, help sellers with e-commerce and understanding the very tricky and like navigating the perils of the e-commerce world via a simple fucking newsletter, you know? So that brings us to our next section of the dumpstermentary, the molten center, the heart of the trash. Now we get into the nitty gritty of shit, you know, getting our hands dirty. So Ina and David Steiner started their business in 1999. It was called E-Commerce Bites. All they wanted to do was give people a voice for their businesses.
Just be a conduit. That's all we ever wanted to be, a conduit for sellers.
They dealt with Amazon, Etsy, all of the major e-commerce businesses. every major reseller. So no, they didn't target eBay. So before anyone tries to sympathize with eBay,
Fuck you!
I'm just gonna say formally. But apparently, the eBay executives were really closely watching, as they mentioned right here.
Executives also read Ina's articles closely.
And the eBay execs at the time hated, and I mean hated, the fact that eBay was being portrayed in a negative light.
That makes us look very bad.
Just think about this. These are like multi-million-dollar men and women who have nothing to do with their time other than care about a small-time couple's newsletter. Let that sink in there.
Weirdos.
So now, at the same time this is all was happening, let's enter the second person into our play, Fidomaster. Air quotes. He was a non-Twitter user that was used solely for caring. He was caring. You fucking get what I'm trying to say?
Chill.
Okay, so he was that. He was talking shit about eBay executives, and they assumed was with Ina and Dave Steiner, and it had nothing to do with that.
Have nothing to do with that.
I forgot to mention at some point or part, they decided that they're going to send a letter to Ina to stop her from putting eBay in a bad light.
Everyone stop talking about me!
Type shit. With the mention of the Twitter account, but they never received it, according to the lawsuit right here. Go figure, you know? Like, of course, they're like, you think that they're going to actually like care enough about somebody to like do things properly. Like a cease and desist is supposed to do as a company. So it's really fucking weird that they couldn't even do that. That's like those basic things. Like, is it not?
That's too hard.
So, continuing. Later sometime in the spring of 2019, E-Commerce Byte released an article noting how eBay executives just got a lavish new pub in New York City. This triggered the executives so fucking much that they wrote an email saying, "We cannot passively wait anymore for this type of disrespect. We need to take action now." So they was going to do, and I mean this, whatever it took to silence Ina and David. They assigned and a retired, and get this, police officer, his name was Bach, to monitor the news articles and everything that Ina and David, and also all of their socials. Keep that in a bubble. Keep that in a bubble, by the way, because they monitored their socials, right? Remember, Fidomaster. Now we're getting to the bottom of it. What's after the burning of all the dumpster fire? What is still left inside the trash? Let's find out.
I duck cream.
We are going to go on the order of the lawsuit as to what eBay and Co. did to Ina and David. If you're easily triggered, then you should probably just keep watching.
He loves triggering mental illness.
Center stage. First, they sent Bah to Ina and David's neighborhood in order to surveil them and to put GPS trackers on their vehicle.
I put a GPS tracker on his car.
Among themselves, the eBay executives even stated that this is only the beginning, which is really disturbing thought to think about in regards to people who, are supposed to be looking out for their consumers and their employees' best interests.
Get no fucks, yeah. We don't get no fucks, yeah.
I forgot to say this earlier. Ina and David were currently actively involved in the e-commerce field outside their newsletter. So they employees, in essence, of eBay because they sold things on their website. Did you know that the PR team came back and gave feedback on how to make the Steiners' newsletter less impactful? The thing that they want them to not hurt them from this, right? Right?
Wrong.
You would think that's what they want. And then some of the stuff that they mentioned in there was, So later in the same month, Bah goes to the Steiner's home and carves Fidomaster on the fence. And when that didn't work in their book, and Fidomaster was still posting shit on Twitter, and the newsletter was still newslettering, then that's when they decided they need to really
increase the intensity.
A random Twitter account named 2Elay, I think I'm pronouncing that right, was made by eBay executives. It started messaging the couple, and at first, it was harmless. Shortly after, the messages became threatening and persistent and alarming.
Then somebody started harassing us on Twitter through direct messages.
What were you seeing on Twitter?
Threats.
It was basically shut up or else. And it was as blatant as that.
Sometime in August 2019, the eBay executives ordered live cockroaches for delivery to the Steiners' home. And shortly after, they sent a threatening message with the fake Twitter accounts. Later, the same month, mind you, they ordered live fucking spiders and fly larvae for delivery to the Steiners' home. Here's a package for you. Oh, for me? I wonder what it is. Fuck that! And to top it all, they signed Dave up for a porn subscription, which, not gonna lie, I didn't know Porn Mag was still around in 2019, so that one was kind of like, really?
Mild shock.
And a few days later, they tried to have a wet specimen delivered to their home.
Somebody left a voicemail for us saying they couldn't fulfill the order for a wet specimen. And David was the one who called, and he said, "What is a wet specimen?" And it was a pig fetus. That's when my heart sank.
We're going on to 2 months now. In the same month, they had the pig mask delivered to their home.
The report, he stepped outside and said, "There's a package here." So he waited. And when I opened up the package, it looked like flesh and hair. The report, he stepped outside and said, "There's a package here." So he waited. And when I opened up the package, it looked like flesh and hair.
It was a pig mask from the horror movie Saw.
To add insult to injury, they could teach this childish and absolutely just disrespectful behavior.
I'm the fucking God!
For the entirety of August into September. Let that sink in there.
Way too long.
And where they broke into the Steiners' homes to add more GPS tracking.
I think it's locked.
Made several false police calls.
Send the cops. There's a gun to my head right now. There's a gun to my head. Help, ma'am.
Literally drove to and around the Steiners' home numerous times.
Whoa, stock much?
The Steiners were afraid inside their house and afraid to leave it after David noticed a van and later a car following him.
They even made a Craigslist ad pretending to be the Steiners with the intent of solicitation of
Anna.
Now, while they were harassing the Steiners, they were in constant communication regarding the harassment the Steiners was receiving.
You are a monster!
The Steiners doesn't know at this time that it's eBay that's fucking up their life, like literally fucking up their life. And at the same time, eBay is contacting them and is saying, "You're getting harassed. Sorry." Like, that is absolutely the most disgusting thing ever. I've never in my life have ever seen. Like, that's literally just repulsive. And like, why would they do that? If they want to be seen like a savior for the Steiners. They want to be seen as like these heroes. We saved the Steiners. Want to be seen as the deplorable, monstrous, bully, troll bitches that they are.
But those are the words, those exact words.
And then enough was enough. The Steiners, they were ready. They were ready to fight back.
Noticed a van and later a car following him. He was terrified, but managed to get a photo of the license plate. That broke open the case.
So now we're at the end of our dumpster-mentary. Once again, if you like stuff like this, comment what you think was the craziest part of the story was. And let's get to the end of it. Ina and David filed a civil suit against eBay. And good news is they actually won.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Congratulations.
7 people who worked for eBay's safety and security unit, including 2 former cops and a former nanny, all pled guilty to stalking or cyberstalking charges. Senior Security Director Jim Baugh was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Veronica Zay was sentenced to a year of home confinement and probation.
All the employees involved were given super lenient sentences. eBay got away with a lot. They deserve at least 20 years in a psych ward, like that freaking hacker kid that leaked GTA. They put these people through so fucking much. There's a lot that I haven't even covered in the video, including the other times that they doxed the Steiners. And it's just, the fact that they even went as far to go on like Craigslist is terrifying on its own right. Do not put my info on there.
Anything but that.
How many Craigslist killers there was? I'm just saying. Also, to top it off, to go to jail for like, you know, harassment and cyberbullying and like talking shit, you have to be doing the mostest. And that is exactly what the fuck that these people did.
The most.
Found out that they just recently came to a settlement. When I was doing research on this project, I found out they recently just came to a settlement, and eBay will be paying the couple $3 million.
Getting paid.
Which is great. My prayers and my thoughts go to Ina and David, because what they had to endure was absolutely just horrendous. Like, it's horrendous. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Because I love you, Anna. I insist you're wrong.
Even though they have to pay that $3 million, they got away with a lot. It fired all of the employees that were involved, and the CEO at the time, Devin Winning, this guy, he was never prosecuted or charged.
Lulling says there was not enough evidence to file criminal charges against eBay's top executives, Devin Wenig or Steve Weimer.
And he retired with a fat-ass severance package. Anyways, hopefully you all learned a lesson on how not to handle criticism.
Yeah, right, learning.
Like, you know, eBay did. Hopefully they learned a lesson.
Fingers crossed.
Like, it's not like that serious. Like, it's that someone doesn't like you or your employees are making valid reasonings. Like, you're not even listening to them. If you would listen to them, maybe they would like you. Like, you know? So hopefully any of you guys are future entrepreneurs or just people who just don't want to be a dickhole, don't be like eBay.
God, you never listen to me.
That should be a shirt. What would eBay do? And then just do the opposite of that. If it's something that seems like it'll line up with what the hell these people did to them, just do the opposite.
So play it safe.
Like, this will only get you sued. like, I don't really know what the reasoning behind this was. Like, you know, and you like this video and you want to see more like it, make sure to like and follow for more. And you can go to link.bio to find my socials and all the information, where to find me at, all that fun stuff. Oh, I forgot. Before I forget, the question of the week is, and I would love for you to either comment below on what your answer is. The question of the week is, what sound does your gun make? Mine goes. Comment what sound your gun makes, okay? And don't forget to love yourself, so I can't be the only one love you. Bye.
Say that you love me, but you do not. You was a fake, yeah, you was a bop.